What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince and this is VW Fitness. Super excited for today's video, guys. We are back home in Austin. I know I didn't get an upload last week, but super stoked to show you a full day of eating here in Austin. This is legitimately what I eat pretty much every day. There's some variation day to day, but honestly, it's pretty much always the same, and it works for me. So to get this video started, it's actually 1:50 in the afternoon. So this is gonna be a little bit different because we're gonna go from lunch, dinner, and breakfast tomorrow. We're gonna weigh in tomorrow morning, and we'll kind of update you guys on exactly where the weigh-ins are at. It's been a minute. It's been like 5 weeks. We're on week 5 with Brent, 6 weeks into the cut, and we've made some serious progress. But let's get into the first meal here. It's gonna be a staple. It's gonna be the same exact meal that I just did in my last video. So check it out. We're gonna make a chicken buffalo ranch chicken quesadilla. Served. I'm gonna go through the quick calorie breakdown here. I've been doing this. The salad is kind of new, but obviously this chicken quesadilla has been something I've been doing lately. So total macros on here, 432 calories, 11.5 grams of fat, 55.7 grams of carbs, 45.8 grams of protein. So a very well-balanced meal here, a lot of volume. That is counting the greens, which I typically don't count greens if I'm not cooking them or utilizing them in a different way. But today, because we are tracking everything, I figured I'd give you guys a full breakdown of kind of this salad. So as you guys saw, the salad's really, really easy. You get spring mix, throw on some fresh raspberries, blueberries, whatever you want, and then throw on some of Nana Pia's balsamic glaze. And that salad is like good to go. That's it. Like seriously, you saw how it was done. Now I know I said I was gonna do the buffalo ranch chicken. Honestly, I was just kind of feeling like regular chicken quesadilla. So I went with that. And then obviously a staple, Coke Zero, kind of my go-to sweet drink, if you will, when it comes to lunch. So I'm gonna get this down. We'll move into our second kind of snack meal, which I usually do. This is post-workout, so I have not eaten anything aside from breakfast this morning. I haven't had a protein shake, anything like that. So very excited to dive into this, and we'll see you at the next meal. One other thing, forgot. So usually I take my multivitamin with breakfast, as you'll see tomorrow. But at lunch, I'll take my omega-3s with my meal. So 2 of these bad boys, Cage Muscle omega-3s. And usually I like to take this with water, but whatever. Cheers. Get your omegas in, very important. All right, salad is done. We'll move into the quesadilla. All right, that completes lunch. We're gonna get on with the rest of my day. Today is Monday, so I'm gonna probably start editing this video, these clips that I just shot, and then just get some work done, and then we'll see you guys at the next meal. Okay, all right, here we go. We are on to our second little meal. Like I said, it's about 4:30. I just sat in the sun by the pool, just getting some of that vitamin D. You know, you gotta stay healthy. Gotta enjoy the sun while it's out. This is kind of something I've been doing. Now, this is gonna be a little bit different than what I usually do, but I know I need to drink these, so it's something that I'm going to do today. And that is one of these bad boys right here, which I've talked about on the channel before. Ghost RTDs, ready to drink, that's what that stands for. 25 grams of protein, put the macros up on the screen, but 160 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs, and 25 grams of protein, like I just said. Now, typically I would just use a protein powder. I think this is a good like afternoon kind of snack. You know, we could talk about timing of like nutrients and protein directly 15 minutes, 30 minutes after a workout, but honestly, as long as you're hitting your calories, I think that's the most important thing. Cheers. I mean, it's just so good. This is one of my favorite flavors. Now, it is a little bit on the high end with fat, so that's the only thing that I would consider, especially right now. All right, guys, so if you're looking for a quick RTD protein drink, definitely check this out. If you're not too concerned about the fats, I'm gonna smash the rest of this back, and we'll catch you guys in the next meal. Just after 7 o'clock. This next little recipe is very similar to the first recipe that we did in the video. And it's something that I'm just kind of mixing it up, kind of changing it up. It's something I did yesterday. I'm gonna do it again tonight just because it was really good, it was really filling, and there was a lot of diversity when it comes to the foods that I was eating. All right, so first up, let's talk about ingredients. Like I said, I'm a big fan of these extreme wellness, high fiber tortillas, if you will, wraps. And these are like the extra large ones, so there's 10 more calories in them. So we're just gonna use one of these. That's kind of the benefit here, is we're only gonna use one. Now this is something I just found recently. Like I said, I was just at HEB the other day, and it's called the HEB Reserve Uncured Angus Beef Pastrami, okay? You would think the macros on here would be really high. For 2 ounces, which is 1 serving, 70 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, less than 1 gram of carbs, and 12 grams of protein. So considering like that's pretty low, especially the fat content, and it's beef. So I'm really stoked on that. And then we are gonna use just basically whatever's left in here, 1 serving of the fat-free mozzarella. So the next thing here is we're gonna weigh everything out. I've talked about weighing your food. I think it's really important. All right, so we've got 24 grams here. We're gonna enter this into MyFitnessPal so we can kind of keep up with everything. All right, so we have the Colby Jack Classic Cheese. We're gonna basically use the rest of whatever's left here. So same sort of deal, only 15 grams of cheese there. I'm gonna go ahead and enter this in. The other thing that I do have, luckily, is some Kraft fat-free cheddar cheese. 45 calories, 2 grams of carbs, 9 grams of protein. I am gonna do just half a serving, which is 14 grams. Boom, we are set to go. Okay, next up, we're gonna take basically what's left in here of the pastrami. Super excited, this stuff tastes amazing. I am gonna weigh this out though. We're gonna switch this over to pounds and ounces because the serving size is based on a 2 ounce serving. So we're gonna take what's left here, 2.5 ounces, that's great. So we'll add that into MyFitnessPal as well. All right, so here's where the fun happens. We're gonna take a little bit of some Pam. Okay, we're gonna spray our pan here. Now this is a non-stick, so I technically don't need to do this, but I do think it helps. We're gonna turn this on to like a low heat here, okay? We're gonna put our tortilla, which is a little bit too big, but that's not a problem, and you'll see why here in a sec. We're gonna drop that in there. We're gonna take our mixture of meat and cheese here, okay? And we're basically gonna drop all this in, and it's basically like a Crunchwrap Supreme, but like a cheeseburger style. We're gonna dump our cheese in there. We're gonna fold this up, kind of bring all the corners in. And then what we're gonna do is, now that that's all coated, we're gonna drop it onto the other side. We're gonna let that cook. So now I'm gonna turn that heat up to a 5. We're gonna let this cook. Okay, so while this cooks here, I'm gonna talk about 2 other staples that I'm using right now in terms of prep, whatever you wanna call it, shredding. Just some kind of little treats that I think help with the dieting process, and they're very low calorie. And the first one is a sugar-free Jell-O. Calories on this, just looking down, 20 calories, that's it. The other one is this sugar-free vanilla chocolate swirl pudding cake, which is 60 calories. Now this is not the last meal of the day, but this is kind of like the last kind of like bigger meal. Like I said earlier, we will get 1 more protein shake in and potentially maybe something else depending if I'm still hungry here in a couple hours. All right, so that meal is completely done, super fast. It's only 7:25, literally took like 15 minutes, if that, and that's because we're obviously filming. We got a nice crispy kind of Crunchwrap Supreme here. Like I said, I love to use some spicy brown mustard. It just goes really well with pastrami, and it's 0 calories. So adds a little bit of flavor. I like to just kind of douse that on there and then just take a nice little bite. So you get that kind of pastrami, like I said, the cheese, it all comes together really nicely. Definitely one of my favorites, and really low calorie, 277. You really can't go wrong there. So we're gonna finish up with the, like I said, sugar-free Jell-O and our little snack pack here, if you will. And then that'll kind of wrap up today. And then obviously we will bring you in tomorrow for a weigh-in, as well as a little breakfast, and we'll end the video there. Just after 10:07, I'm gonna end the night here with a bag of the Orville Redenbacher, what is this, mini bags. It's like 100 calories. I'll put the macros up on the screen here. This will kind of finish off the day, but we have these Healthy Choice organic fudge bars, 100 calories here. So we may have one of those. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. I will update you guys tomorrow morning. We'll eat some breakfast. We'll do a weigh-in, and we will go from there. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
This town's so lame, I'm feeling so wired. It's 4 a.m., I'm not even tired. We're in your car, we can drive away. Oh yeah.
All right, guys, so we have our breakfast done, ready to go. I'm gonna give you a quick caloric breakdown of this meal. So essentially 422 calories here, 12.8 grams of fat, 35.2 grams of carbs, and 39.2 grams of protein. We basically have 1 whole egg, 3/4 of a cup of egg whites, 2 slices of maple bacon, turkey bacon, and then half a cup of oats with a tablespoon of the flax and chia maple almond flavored chia seeds. And then I just kind of use some of this sugar-free butter flavored syrup. I just kind of douse that on there. Technically this is 15 calories for a 1/4 cup. I don't even come close to a 1/4 cup. I just kind of drizzle that on, as you guys saw. So I don't count these calories. Come at me. It is just kind of one of those things I haven't been doing. If you were later down in a prep, if you were doing a show, I would recommend that you obviously track every single thing. The only other thing that I've added here is some Melinda's green sauce, which I've already put on here, 0 calorie, which is fantastic. And then, like I said yesterday, I take a Caged Muscle multivitamin, take 2 tablets of that every single morning with my morning breakfast. Now, let's talk about overall caloric intake for yesterday. It was very, very low. Total calories, only 1,571. Total grams of fat was 40, carbohydrates 174, and protein at 158. So when I look back at that, biggest red flag to me is protein didn't get up to at least 175. I like to usually get 175. So as I said, I was doing the Ghost Chips Ahoy protein powder. I've switched over this month to try to lower carbs, lower fats, and we are doing the IsoPure 0 carbs, 0 fat. Yeah, protein. This is the vanilla salted caramel. 25 grams of protein in here. It tastes really good, to be honest with you. I honestly enjoy it. In my opinion, yesterday I probably should have finished off the day with 25 grams here. That would have put me at like 183, somewhere in there. Overall though, 1,571 calories seems very, very low for someone of my size. 6 foot, about 192 pounds. That's right, 192.1 pounds we weighed in this morning. Pretty crazy to think that we have come down essentially 18 pounds almost. Now the bigger picture of this, I talk about this in the podcast, make sure you check out the link below, is that you look at things on a weekly basis, not necessarily on a daily. And what I mean by that is my weight today was an all-time low weigh-in, 192.1, which is fantastic. But I do look at on a weekly and average that out. Same thing with my meals, 1,571 calories. I'm probably gonna intake a little bit more today and tomorrow just to try to up the calories a little bit and kind of balance things out. This works for me. It may not work for you. It's kind of like, you know, high carb, low carb days, like high days, low days in terms of calories. I still feel really good. I feel really healthy. I'm able to maintain really good workouts. But we're gonna finish up the rest of this meal. This is gonna end the full day of eating. I usually let this digest for about an hour, hour and a half, and then I head off to the gym. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys wanna see more of this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications. And as always, we'll catch you guys in the next one.